Ready to go? Okay. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, we're going to get started. Okay, I got a tail on me. She's so attached to me that we can't be separated. What a way to have a granddaughter. Love it. Love every second of it. I'll take it. Welcome to our second graduation of 2023. I am so happy to see those of you who could join in person, as well as those who are tuning in from home. I hope the venue change didn't cause too much confusion. For those of you at home tonight, if the live stream becomes too choppy or ends abruptly, please let me apologize now. But please know that we will upload the whole ceremony as soon as possible. Tonight we are celebrating 6 families who are just starting their journey to greater independence with their first service dog, all because of you. Thank you for making this possible for them. As I stand here in awe of these 5 brave children ranging from age 3 to 10, their superhero parents, and one amazing school teacher, I am reminded that they will need many service dogs in their lifetime. And Lou and I want to make sure that ECAD is here when they need us. Knowing that ECAD will need to continue on long after Lou and I retire to be here for these amazing individuals, the 400 people that came before them, and those who will come after them is not a fleeting thought. ECAD champions are a critical part of making that happen. They help dogs help people with disabilities every month. This special group of individuals may not only help today, but also for the future. Amazing, and thank you. Are there any ECAD champions in the room tonight? Raise your hands. No champions tonight? We see him. Okay, thank you. How about volunteers? Can you raise your hands too? There we go. Now it's popping up. Thank you. And our generous donors, raise those hands high. I donate. I give every spare second of my time to this organization, and proud of it. Last but not least, my staff. You raise those hands with pride. Yeah. They're just lucky they worked hard today that I didn't ask them to stand. It is because of your amazing support and dedication that we are able to celebrate not only the past and the present, but also the future. And as I think about the future, I can't help but reflect on the journey that has brought us here today. I am always so humbled by the support and dedication from you and others like you who continue to support this journey. I believe that service dogs make an everlasting impact on lives of those with disabilities, and I know you do too. Thank you. Thank you for bringing the mission of enabling people with disabilities to gain greater independence and mobility through the use of specially educated dogs to life over 400 times in the last 27 years. Specially educated dogs to life over whatever. As you can see, the future of ECAD is strong. Your dedication to helping these people is truly remarkable. Thank you. I celebrate you. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce Lou, co-founder, director of programs, and my beautiful wife.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's a nice crowd out here. I appreciate Camp Wah-nee allowing us to bring our graduation to their gym. That was very nice of them and timely. I want to explain a little bit about what team training is. You know, I think even the moms were underestimated what team training is. Oh, they thought they might have time to read a book or maybe like take a break. But that's not team training. They're here specifically to learn how to handle the dog, not only moms, dad too. We have our dad here to learn how to handle the dog and best utilize a dog to give independence to their children. Lisa came for herself, but she works with kids, so even her kids in her school are going to benefit by this dog as well. Team training starts with lectures. It starts with walking in a square on in my yellow brick road, around and around and around. And then we switch dogs around on them, and we have them use different dogs, and then we allow them to let the dog sit and then down. And I start to build it. Jess and I start to build on them kind of like a puzzle. We put the edges first, and then we start going into the middle. That's what we did with these guys. 6 days a week, I worked with them. And then they had individual work they had to do after class, and then they had to study for a test the next day. So for 6 days, I think we probably got 50-something hours out of them, maybe even 60 hours out of them, working with the dogs. And then the last 3 days, we had the kids come in. So they just barely got used to going in public with the dog, and we go to TJ Maxx and use the elevator and the stairs. We go up to Walmart, and we go to the pet store or the grocery store. And when they're starting to feel somewhat comfortable, here come the kids. Now we're putting the kids with the clients or the team and get them to go out in public as well. Now, that changed a lot of the dynamics of where we could go and how long we could stay. That's what ECAD does. We stay flexible for the needs of our client. That's who our priority is for, our clients. So if it means we don't use a PA system today, it means we don't use a PA system today, because we're here to celebrate them and to show them independence and allow them to know that they're an important part of our world. That's very important to me. This group of dogs, simply amazing. The potato litter, oh my God, right? They're all related in some way, shape, or form. Even over to Fairway, even to Denim. Fairway is a Gipper child. So he's in it, they're in it too. But to find so many dogs at the same time to place with young children is amazing in itself. It doesn't always happen for me like that. We might get 1 or 2 who could work with the child, but to get 5 of them that can work with children and like it and not care about you guys in the audience because of them, and to watch these kids in less than 24 hours start bonding with the dog, that's the miracle I look for every time I do team training. That's what tells me that ECAD, myself, the Dale, my crew, the trainers, we're all on the right path because we continue to do it and the dogs continue to give it to us. So I want you to know that these men and women here and their kids worked very hard to get where they are today. And literally they evolved. Maddie didn't look like this when she started. She didn't. Now she does. Her mom, I think, has a few more gray hairs, but it's a process, right? It's a process. So if we're ready, we'd like to show you team training and give you a little video of what we went through or what they went through. And can we turn?
I wanna be a service dog so everyone could see that if you were my special friend, you could depend on me. I know I'll have to work real hard to learn the things you'll need. But if I practice every day, I know I will succeed. I'll learn to fetch your mittens when it snows, turn a lamp on with my nose, help you open up the door. When you're shopping in a store, just watch me while I tuck a napkin at your chin. Put the used ones in a bin. Get pajamas from the drawer. Pick up Teddy from the floor when I'm your service dog. When I'm your service dog. The two of us together, we can go anywhere. We'll make the greatest pair.
Listen to the sound of my voice. Can you feel the beat of my heart? Listen to the questions I have. Listen to me. It's all very simple to see what we need. Give us hope. My voice is calling.
Okay. Well, I hope that gives you a little view into our team training. You got to see my yellow brick road. It's hard work. They used to call it boot camp, and then they told me that wasn't politically correct. So maybe we could change it to team training. But that didn't change me. But that didn't change me. Right? So I think I'm a little bit in their head now. Right? How to get through a door, or is your dog in a sitting position? But it's important to know that this is the beginning. This is the beginning for them. What you saw Wally doing with his dog is the beginning. He's going to be more, do more. When we seeing Addie walking with her dog, that's the day. That's the day I want to see. It was not too far away. It's just not. So we always ask one of the graduates to speak on behalf of the team so they can give their side of the story, let's say. And we asked for Kim, Wally's mom, to come up and speak on behalf of the class.
I'm not worried about the mic, thank you. I'm Kim, I'm Wally's mom, and I've been trained as Yukon's handler for the last couple weeks. And I just want to share with you a little bit of what we've been through. But first I want to ask you a question. Have you ever wanted something that seemed impossible for yourself or maybe someone you loved? Each team graduating tonight came to ECAD with one hope. A hope for freedom and safety. Freedom and safety are two basic human needs that many of us take for granted. But for those of us in the disability community, freedom and safety are not guaranteed. These two basic human needs are often just beyond our reach. And our hope has been that the amazing service dogs will help us get one step closer, just one step closer to a more fulfilled life of freedom and safety. Little did we know just how intense this training would be and the process to get here to graduation day. From fundraising to team training itself, we had a lot to celebrate today as our hopes have finally been realized. And team training is intense. From lectures about the psychology of dogs to real-life practice in shops and restaurants, our capacity was put to the test daily. Training with a service dog is not a walk in the park, literally. Every day we found ourselves being trained, as we had to be mindful of our emotions and how they impacted our dogs. In the moment, were we giving the right and the correct command at the right time, and what distractions were about to come? And if you listened in the evening in the common room as we studied together and prepared for our exams, you would have heard us say, "Are we in the twilight zone? What day is this? This is the longest week of the year, of my life, of forever." We didn't always make sense, but the beauty of team training is that we learned that we are not alone. Living in the training center together, sharing a kitchen, we learned that a lot of our struggles are the same in our everyday life, and we all needed the service dogs. We found solidarity in our experience, and I think we can all say our shared suffering strengthened our bond of friendship. And now looking ahead, we're all very excited to be heading home to get a taste of more of that freedom and safety. For people like Maddie, who race through life, literally, you don't want to chase her, you won't catch her. Who race through life on wheels, a service dog can literally open doors and turn on lights where once life was closed off and dark. For Lisa, a service dog can be the stable presence that allows her to lift herself off the floor and walk through life more balanced and strong. For Patrick and Addie, their service dogs are the calming reassurance they need right now that will grow to meet their needs as they become more mobile and more verbal. For Marky and Wally, their service dogs keep them safe and give them freedom to go places they've never been able to visit before. Just this week alone, those two, Wally and Marky, have been able to eat out at restaurants, which they had never done, and walk through department stores. Those may seem like small tasks, but before this week, they were impossible. Freedom and safety. Two things that seem impossible are now possible. And for that, we, the graduating class of summer 2023, are eternally grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. She sincerely caught the feeling of team training. Sincerely. And it's true, sometimes you guys did feel like you were in the twilight zone. They did. It's reasonable for you to feel that way. It's a lot. But you made it through. And you made it through smiling, and you made it through with a lifetime of friendship and an experience that you will look upon fondly. And me. Later. I'd like to now present our certificates to the graduates. I'd like to speak on them one at a time as I call them up. Okay? So I'd like to talk about Sue and Patrick for a minute. When Patrick first came for his first interview, he didn't want to touch the dog. I think it was just overwhelming for him. But Mom, Dad, they could see promise in it. They could see that, okay, this is a possibility for them. And then when we see Patrick, listen, we made this little boy stay at the training center. He doesn't sleep away from home. But he did it, and he made new friends, and he's had experiences that I don't even think anybody even imagined he was going to go with. And he's starting to reach out for the dog. He's starting to try to he finds the comfort in it. And that's the sincerity of your heart. You can't trick that little boy into feeling or thinking anything. It's sincere. And that's really important to all of us. To all of us. So I know they're going to be great friends for a long time. He did a wonderful, wonderful job. Not only as his mother, but also as a handler and the team manager. Please come up. So listen, check the cake because we might have mixed it up with the little girl. Here you go. We know it. It's small one. Thank you. Patrick. That is where, there you are. So Lisa, our school teacher, listen, she kept the jokes going. I've never been tagged in the same, but I am now. It's on page 18 of all the manuals. Don't piss off Lou. That was day 1 or 2. She threw that out there, and it stuck with it the entire time. I was like, wait a minute, am I that rough? Oh my God. But she did it again. Amazing job. The dog is a wonderful match for you, and you kept it lighthearted for us. Thank you. Denim, part of the fabric litter, aka Dennis. If he's in trouble, it's Dennis. He's not a menace at all. No, he's the opposite. Okay, Wally. Very good, then. Give me Wally. Okay, Wally and his mom. I know. Wally and his mom, Kim, yes. Did a really good job. He went to Dick's and he went in the elevator and he listened to all of our requests of him. He used the dog for comfort when he was getting overwhelmed, naturally. And I can't say enough about him. He got a great sweatshirt today. Yes, he did. He got a really great sweatshirt. And it's not easy for Wally to go out and do these things. Not only Dick's Sporting Good, he had to go to Old Navy. He had to go sit in Barnes & Noble, then go out to restaurants. So he's been through a lot of new experiences, but somewhere I think he kind of enjoyed it. He definitely cooperated with us. So for that, I'm very, very pleased. Okay, Wally, it's your turn. Come on up. For you. What is it? Not the microphone, but you can have this. That's your dog's jacket. And you can have this. And can we turn around so they can see all your stuff? Here, here's your bag. What's Wally's dog's name? What's Wally's dog?
What's your name? What's dog's name?
Yukon. So Maddie, a.k.a. Mario Andretti, a.k.a. Spitfire, came to the whole team training. Oh, she's covering her mouth. Came to the whole team training, went through just like the moms went through, took the test, learned how to groom her dog, give the dog treats. The dog opens the automatic door switch for her, gets her leash for her, and that's just the beginning for those two. Just the beginning of it. And it's an amazing thing because the dog has to figure out Maddie and Maddie has to figure out the dog. And for us, the dog is slower than the girl. So that's a nice thing because she's not challenged by the speed of the dog. She's more figuring out their bond, how to groove together, how to get things done, how to use her tone of voice. And I tell you, she really didn't look like this. She looked about 3 years younger when she started. She did. She has matured up. And this is true. And she made some friends and she did some babysitting. So a lot of firsts for Maddie. So here, let me present you your freedom. Her dog's name is French Fry. Her dog's name is French Fry. I should honor you too. You went through it right along with it. Got it? There we go. In your bag. And where are you, Frenchy Fry? Go on. Go on up there with your bow. There you go.
Okay.
He knows I have a treat.
You want her to pull up a little? Pull up a
And then
little.
let me.
Frenchie,
You take the pictures.
Pull up a little.
Frenchie, come. Come on. No. Come on. Side. There.
Okay.
He wants the treat.
Okay, I'm going to give this stuff to your mom.
There's your treat. You had your treat.
Yay, Maddie! And yay to French Fry too. To the duo. Addie. Where's Addie girl? There she is. There she is. Addie and her mom, Chrissy, and her dog, Fairway. What an amazing trio that is. A nice little team there. And Addie is getting so much further ahead. She reached up. Her mother showed me a video where she literally pulled herself up just so she could pet the dog. So I say next year she walks in. I say that. Next year she walks in with that dog. Mom was pretty good too.
French fry. Down. That's it. Come on.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Can they take a
French
picture?
fry. Sit down.
Oh, her hair? Sorry. Thank you.
French fry. Down. Stay.
Here's your brother. Here's Fairway. And then we have Marky Mark with not Ruffles, yeah, with Ruffles. I gotta applaud this man. What an amazing father he is. He had to, and then just a man himself, because he had to put up with all these women. He did, and he wasn't grumpy. He smiled most of the time. And then to have his son come in, and listen, he was stressed. I could tell he was stressed, but you couldn't tell by looking at him. That's not how he got stressed out. He got super focused. And I'm like, okay, relax. But what an amazing dad you are. Please, I want to say that publicly for you. I've been impressed by you and by your love for your son and the bond that your son has with you. Thank you. Want to take a picture? Yeah. Let's take a picture.
Sit. Sit. That's it. Sit.
Good boy.
Stay.
There they are. There they are. Nice job. So in order for me to get here, in order for them to get what they need, we have to help. We have to give applause to the kennel people, to our volunteers, to our trainers. And so I'm going to ask Brandy to come up and speak a little bit for the home handlers. She's the one who manages that part of it, and I don't know where Christine is. There she is. She's blending into the wall there behind. Yes, I see that. So Brandy handles the home handlers, and Christina handles the nursery team. So they're a team as well. So here you go.
Just talk. Okay. I'm not too good at that, guys. Sorry. So, good evening. I'm so happy to see all of you here tonight with us on this very, very special occasion. Let's start off with congratulations to the graduates. You have all worked so very hard to be here. You have overcome so many challenges to get to this spot tonight. You're all so truly amazing. All your hard work and dedication has truly paid off and will continue to pay off for many, many years. To all of the volunteers here, I truly thank you from the bottom of our heart. I thank you for the time and effort. They are not unnoticed. CT Youth volunteers, I thank you for taking the time out of your busy and demanding schedule to come here and work with the dogs and for all that you have done. The dogs here at ECAD couldn't ask for anything better than all of you. Weekend home handlers, you are all rock stars for your time and effort, and opening your homes up to the dogs is just beyond words. I hope all of you know how much you are appreciated, and many more words than I can express. I love all the home handler communications and pictures from your visits. Please keep sending them in. Make sure to tell your friends and family we are always looking for new home handlers and volunteers. you can go to ecad1.org is where you will find information, that bug can go away, that you will need. Fill out the application and we'll contact you ASAP. Nursery teams, a special shout out to you. Raising a puppy is a very tough job, but look at all your dedication and hard work. Look at this amazing line of graduates. See how worth it is? Another special thank you to Charlie, who unfortunately isn't here this evening. He's on vacation. He's a big part of the dogs getting to and from the vets, along with many other volunteers. I wish I had the time to name each and every one of you. He's always a phone call away. He comes running if he's not already there. He really lives there. To all of our training volunteers, you're a very, very special part of ECAD. Look at all that you do. It definitely takes a village to make this all happen. It takes each and every one of us and each and every minute that we can give to make it all happen for this reason alone. To my kennel staff, all amazing. Keep putting in the hard work. Thank you all for being here this evening.
So we use volunteers to help us finish our training, but when you have children that the dog is going to, you have to have a child help you finish the dog. I'd like to recognize Olivia Leiden for her work. For her work and her cooperation and falling down and pretend she's crying and helping in a wheelchair. She knows how to drive the chair. She drives the dogs around and gets in and out of doors. I want to recognize her. She gives any hour that she's allowed to give. Good job. All right. So I'm going to give the mic back, and Delilah's in training. A couple more years, and then she'll be driving those wheelchairs too for us and bringing dogs out. So I'm going to give the mic back to Dale for our closing remarks. And again, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, another evening comes to an end. Every single one of these events brings new life to ECAD, revives us, lets my staff know that they are working for a good cause, because they have the support of the community, a lot of community here tonight, a lot of family members to our clients. So it's a real special evening for all of us. We have a little bit of finger food on the table over there if people want to help themselves. Those foster homes that have fostered some of these dogs, you may want to say goodbye. And you guys need to be a little bit more lenient tonight and let them say goodbye. Then everybody goes home happy. So that's the end of our evening. Thank you all for coming. Have a good night.